There are few people who would argue that climate change isn't a global priority and a problem. The World Health Organization estimating this will cause 250,000 deaths per year between 2030 and 2015. This morning, we bring you the first of the Daily Maverick's climate change series. It's a partnership between ENCA and the Maverick, and the first episode focuses on the South African ice-breaking polar supply and research ship, the SA Agulhas II. Aboard the ship are 41 students, 32 lecturers and scientists, as well as the ship's crew. It's an insight, a fascinating insight, I hope, into one of the most important fields of study for the future of humanity.
The ocean is really, really important because if you think about the oxygen, just what we need to breathe, 70% of all your lifespan oxygen comes from the ocean.
We're in the middle of the fire, and 2019 for sure will be the hottest year until 2020.
So the ocean heat content has increased dramatically.
It would have happened naturally, but over a much longer time period.
Everyone's now focusing on plastic and forgetting about bigger issues like climate change and human population growth and overfishing.
If we can stabilize, that would be a great start. But we're not there just yet.
We are approaching the end of the age of people on this planet and living as we know it within our lifetime.
Humans survived the ice ages, and they probably will survive for many thousands of years more.
It's humbling. It's really good to know there's so many things we can still discover. The days of Darwin and those, they're here again, and we're on the ship trying to discover new things. I don't know, I think it's fascinating.
This is incredible that this was a dream come true.
So the core goal of Semester is to provide opportunities for students. We have the Semester, which is the education program, and we've got ASCA, which is the science.
And we have scientists that are super eager to teach. The students are going to class and they're learning about all these different subjects, and they go into the lab and they see that hands-on, the application of that.
Not all of them are from marine backgrounds, so it also gives them an exposure to what marine science is like, the oceanography side of things.
To be in the ship, it's a privilege. There's that feeling you cannot ever describe it to anybody. It's like I'm in her, I'm touching her. She's so powerful. You look at her everywhere. You're like, I'm in this vessel.
She's the flagship of South Africa. PT, she was not built in South Africa. She was built in Finland. 140 million euros was spent on this vessel. For a while, she was the first of her kind in the world. Privileged to be owning this vessel as a Department of Environmental Affairs.
This is an Antarctic vessel. So to be on board, you have to be attached to an Antarctic program. And, you know, at the most, there are 22 programs within South Africa, across all the universities. But some universities may have 5 of these programs within their fold. And yet there are other universities that are not attached to any Antarctic program at all. The semester is about breaking that barrier and allowing every university to be part of what is a national facility.
At the moment, I'm an honorary research associate at UKZN in Durban. My work is fundamentally looking at the impacts of big storms on the coast and the impacts of sea level rise on the coast. How is the coast going to change with changing storms and changing sea levels?
I have been asked to conduct lectures for the students on weather observations, and I've included a little bit about our forecasting process. We also conduct some deck work where we take the students around to do the visual observations.
What we do is we try to check the distribution of different species alongside our oceans, and also their abundance. So like where are they distributed and how abundant are they in those certain areas where they're distributed.
So I'm on the ship to lecture students on the topic of marine plastic pollution and how to sample plastic pollution at sea. I'm also part of the science team where we specifically focus on a transect running across the Agulhas Current. So I'll be sampling for plastics at each station.
I came to lecture about acoustics, or study sounds and see how we can use sound to study animals, or look at animals underwater and also listen to their way they talk to each other.
There is a big global importance of the Agulhas, and which is one of the reasons why we really want to keep monitoring it, to see what is doing, how much water every year is going into the Atlantic, how much water stays in the Indian Ocean.
We're measuring the power, the strength, the temperature, the salinity, and all the different biogeochemical properties of the Agulhas Current.
As long as South Africa sees the importance of it and continues this sort of monitoring, I think we can at least then get a baseline study of what's happening to the in a current that basically only borders us and that has global importance.
Yeah, I think what is critical here is just to have interest and know the history. South Africa has been involved. I mean, they're the first 11 signatories in the Antarctic Treaty, and not many people are aware of that. Not many people are aware that this vessel is a third generation vessel in polar research. The first one was the RSA, and then it was the SA Agulhas, now it's Agulhas 2. I remember this one voyage where only when the American president mentioned and wished the Antarctic expedition teams, you know, a Happy New Year or Merry Christmas, and then mentioned South Africa, that's when I believe some of the ministers actually started realizing what does it mean.
In the past, majority of funding and research being done here was mainly by American scientists or by Dutch scientists. And I think South Africa, we can give so much to the world, just understanding the physical and oceanographical data of this and interactions, and then get to the biological things. We can really revolutionize what's happening in the rest of the world by understanding what's going on here. But it's going to take a while.